Hello, back again with Gwen Lawrence Yoga on YouTube and gwenlawrence.com on my website. Check it out to see what I'm up to and where I will be. We are in the middle of talking about my long deep holds. I've told you before, people ask me every day what kind of yoga I do, and it really depends. Being a mother of 3 teenage boys, having my own career, and a great marriage, sometimes I can't get to a traditional yoga class, or I can't have the discipline to put myself through a yoga class. So I do these long deep holds more often than not. And depending on how much time I have, it's either a 1-minute hold all the way to 10 minutes each. First we talked about headstand, second was shoulder stand, then it was back bend, and then forward bend. Today we're going to talk about pigeon and opening up the hips. Pigeon is an amazing stretch. Pigeon opens up glutes, piriformis, very deep glutes. Pigeon has been called yoga medicine for sciatic pain because deep in the glutes lies piriformis, which actually has a hole in it that sciatic nerve runs through. So if your piriformis is tight, it can actually clamp down on that sciatic nerve and cause a lot of tingling and pain and difficulty for a lot of people, athletes or whoever. So pigeon pose. I'm going to show you traditional pigeon pose and then a little variation if you have problems with getting into that pose. Onto your hands and knees. And we're going to slide the left leg forward today. Obviously you're going to do both sides and you're going to hold it equally on each side. So to get into it initially, if you have hardware in the knees or have had surgery, you may want to put something behind the knee to support the knee so you don't overflex. Now instead of this knee being 12 o'clock straight ahead, we're going to open it out to about 10 o'clock. I laugh all the time because when I'm teaching my high school kids now, they don't know what 10 o'clock is. They're very digital, so nobody knows what these analog analogies that I'm using are anymore. In time, with practice, that left lower leg will be as close to parallel to the front of your mat as possible, which will look something like this. We want to be in real world yoga. We want to be something attainable for everybody, so we're going to go somewhere in between. And you have to make sure that your hips are square and in center. So you're not sitting on that left butt cheek, which is really tempting. Look what that does to my back. It's not going to keep my back symmetrical. A lot of holding is going to go on. Not a good idea. So you want to come into center. Some people like to hold here. You can go down to your forearms. You can come all the way down. The idea is to release the jaw and the neck, which tension here is directly related to holding and tension here. All our stress, all our fear and anxiety are stored in the hips. We've talked about this before. So it's really important, and it can be very emotional to open up the hips. So don't worry if you feel like crying a little bit. You might cry because of the pain, but remember it hurts so good in the long run you'll be happy for it. So holding 1 to 10 minutes. Coming out of it, tuck the back toe, press back to plank. Give yourself a little time. Maybe a down dog, and then other side. Some people have difficulty. I have a lot of people that have had knee replacements, knee surgeries. Not the most comfortable place for them to be with all that weight pounding down and gravity drawing them down. So I suggest they're on their back. Left leg, which is the one we just stretched, up to the sky. Externally rotate. So you want the toes to point out to the left. That way we know the stretch is coming from the hip and not torquing or forcing the knee. So turn the leg out, bend, so you have this figure 4. Always a nice idea to keep a little flex in the foot. When you have some flexion in the foot, it keeps the knee more aligned. Okay? And you're going to reach down and you're going to grab that thigh. Some of you will be here. It'll just be so hard to do that. Others will be able to really pull in. You can maybe even reach down and grab, use a strap on the foot, but you're going to feel it in that left glute. This one causes you to use your upper body strength a little bit more, where the traditional pigeon you can kind of sink in a little bit more, but try both. See what works best for you. That's my 5th, long deep hold. So headstand, shoulder stand, back bend, forward bend, pigeon. Next one we're going to do, stay tuned for episode 6. Remember, you do these all in one sweeping practice at night, in the morning, in the afternoon, whatever's best for you. And I'll see you next time.